tram without wires. But of course, the old tram actually still has a very important place in Hong Kong. It's shown on the front page, old memories. This is a project that we have done for the Institution of Planners, about 10 years ago. Actually, this is towards the end of the Bordeaux Central, near the Macau Ferry terminal. That project, we were thinking of making that end piece of the Bordeaux tram precinct. It has been trialed. We moved the traffic on a weekend, and it works, no problem. Coming back to the walking, which is the most important transport mode. Flashing times on some. Of course, why support pedestrians? It's the most environmentally friendly, cost-effective, healthy. Of course, it is the most sustainable mode. So we should think more about walking. In the old days, traffic engineers like me, when there's a capacity problem with a junction, so too many traffic, don't have enough road space, we automatically say, okay, let's build a footbridge, get rid of the pedestrian crossing. That gives more green time to traffic, so we solve the problem. Right? But nowadays, we engineers are a lot more aware that an efficient, we need to take a more balanced view about this issue. Pedestrian space is basically divided into strategic, which like the escalator, which brings people from A to B in longer distance, and then there's a local, where we go from home to the station, and then there are active spaces where we shop, and then passive spaces. In the old days, we had piecemeal sort of strategies where there's a localized plan, but then footbridges are built one by one. 1 year we build a footbridge, next year we forgot the others, and the third year we maybe think of something else. So they are not really thought through. What we can do is we may be able to derive a pedestrian hierarchy very similar to road traffic hierarchy. Road traffic with clearly defined trunk road, primary distributor, secondary distributor in the OZP, but not sell the pedestrian route. We can probably do so in a sort of a similar way. This is again a project that we have done for the Harbour Business Forum a few years ago. We thought about how we can provide a good walking environment along the waterfront. Actually, these are projects that are currently ongoing or under planning. There will be connected walkway along this area. But what people don't realize is only if we are to complete just these missing bits, so we could have a continuous walking route along the waterfront. Of course, a very crazy thought is, why not? Like Shanghai, we have a tunnel, people walk across the harbour. Just a very last example that I want to share with you. In 2005, we have actually helped Transport Department on a study that to pedestrianize a part of Nathan Road between Waterloo Road and Mongkok Road. The idea is to narrow the road from 3 lanes to 2 lanes and give more space to pedestrians. But at that time, the idea was not supported. We've gone through a lot of district council, area committee, and see a lot of transport trade. The trade things reduce their business. Equally, the shop owners things without cars, they could lose business. So the idea was eventually to go forward. But imagine if we got that, this was going to be what Nathan Road is going to be look like. Lastly, just to sum up, we have a lot of opportunities. Hong Kong uses a lot of public transport. We have ownership restraint. We're going to have more highways, but they are essentially submerged. We're going to have a lot more railways in the future. How exactly do we want to grasp this opportunity? I mean, it's up to the government and, of course, a large part to the community. Lastly, this is what we should be. It's a place, Hong Kong, a place to live, learn, walk, and play. We're not going to go through this. It's just a summary of the sustainable transport objective that I just talked about. But very importantly, we have to make the right choice. Do we want pedestrian network and people-dominated environment, or do we want to be able to move our cars freely? Do we want railway network to be further expanded? Do we want the bus to complement rail, or do we want bus as a competing mode so we can have more choice? Do we want to build more economically, build more development, or do we want to allocate the precious space to people, to pedestrians, to the quality of our life? These are all issues that warrants good discussion between the community so that the government can have a more better planning in the future. Lastly, planning the community, and we fully understand the engineer's responsibility. As I just said, this generation of traffic engineers has become a lot more aware of the social situation and not just giving our priority to cars. We are equally aware of the pedestrian aspect and public transport as well. Lastly, I finished my presentation with two cartoons, which I thought was quite relevant to our profession. Thank you. Have a nice day.